Alright, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to go back to the Nurses collection here. We watched the first two, now we're going to watch the third one. It's called Night Call Nurses. Let's check it out.
Cynthia!
Yeah, on a roof. Taking a dive. Apparently a criminal named John Sampson involved in some prison riots.
Now don't you girls come out with any special edition. The last thing we need here are clamoring reporters and picket lines.
And he's a patient now. This guy came in tripping on acid.
What
do you see?
To my mirrors.
Here's a patient whose face we never see.
To escape from your suffocating maternal embrace, madam, is the sole incentive for my existence.
And here's one of the nurses, Barbara, making love with her boyfriend. This guy thinks Sampson is in there. He's right.
Kelly won't even let the man-employer know where he is.
Look, I'm not an errand.
Oh, come on, sister. How long you gonna keep up that bullshit?
I told you, I never heard of
John Simpson in the San Antonio.
Bad if you keep your eye on the pretty nurses.
Tripping truck driver's getting out.
Take it easy, cowboy.
That nurse is Dennis Dugan.
You know, there sure are some nice people around here.
Suicide prevention clinic. I understand one of the patients from the prison ward.
John Sampson.
Yeah, that's right. Unsuccessfully, unfortunately.
I thought it might be helpful if I were allowed to speak to him.
No deal, sister. No visitors.
And here's Janice. She's now decided to take up with that same truck driver. The nurse Barbara's getting involved with some weird people.
Games. That's the broad title I give this afternoon's activities.
The group wants Barbara to take off her
The
clothes,
nurse party.
I said I didn't want the hat.
like some of the other ladies have.
No one's going to force you to take off your clothes, Barbara.
She leaves the group and decides to hitch a ride with none other than Dick Miller.
I don't know how smart it is for young ladies to be out hitchhiking alone at night.
Later on, Barbara finds the leader of that group she was with and almost tries to run him over. This is the mental ward of the hospital. That's Benny the Flasher.
Go rescue old Benny.
Sandra finds a way to get into John Sampson's room and passes on a message.
John, Jude Beal.
What do you know about Jude Beal?
He sent me to see you.
Is that right?
He said to tell you he's working on the twister.
What?
The twister.
Where's the hacks out?
You in that hospital alone.
Sandra's teamed up with this guy now. They're going to try to bust Sampson out.
Maybe I can get someone else to help us. Someone on the inside.
We wait.
Seems to me we got to take help where we can find it.
As the music will tell you, Sandra and this guy are coupling up. Meanwhile, Janice and her truck driver are getting on quite well with each other. But there's a spy in their midst. If you look out the window, you'll see a nurse who is spying on them and writing notes in lipstick to them. Sandra's trying to get other people to help her now, too.
Well, what is? What is what?
Like
What is a
Janice.
part of your life?
I don't know. Being a good nurse, I guess. Being with Kyle.
And interspliced here are scenes of our nurse who was spying on them. Turns out it's somebody in drag.
Time I finish with the Committee on Professional Ethics.
Barbara.
Barbara's having issues with her hippie guru guy.
Barbara?
You're not going to be able to teach anywhere.
Oh, it is Dennis Dugan.
Interesting. Transvestite, Barbara.
A Dennis Dugan who likes to attack.
You're the only one that can save him now. Haven't you always taught me that no man's life could be allowed to be drained out of him as long as we can help him?
All right.
Remember that patient whose head was always covered?
Goodbye, Mr. Bill. It's been a pleasure having you.
Bah, you bitch.
That's not Mr. Bailey. And they soon realize their prisoner's gone. Eventually leads to a shootout. car the truck driver was helping him, but for whatever reason he decided to take some pills and start tripping.
What's wrong with your friend? Hey, come on.
With the help of a little dynamite, they were able to shake the last police car that was following them. And the movie ends with John Sampson flying away. Alright, let's talk about this movie here. Night Call Nurses, in the upper right here. It's the third nurse movie in the 5 quadrilogy, I guess you could call it. I watched the Student Nurses first, I watched Private Duty Nurses next, and then I just got done watching Night Call Nurses. So, what do we have here? Basically, we have a bunch of nurses and their stories. We have 3 different nurses. 2 Caucasian, 1 a black woman here, and we see what's happening to them. The black woman is getting involved with this revolutionary who's wants to rescue this guy who has come there from prison, and we have the one of the other girls who is involved with a truck driver. And we have another one who's involved with this hippie guy and some weird cult kind of stuff, weird stuff going on. I don't know. What did I think about the movie itself? Well, it was kind of a fun movie. It was kind of a step up from Private Duty Nurses. Not quite as dramatic as the previous one, but did have some drama in there too. Plus, we had the setting took place in on the mental ward, I guess, of this hospital. We saw a bunch of crazy people run around, including one adorable girl who just got naked and just started walking around like she hasn't a care in the world. There's a guy named Benny who was walking around flashing people, an older guy. Then we have Dennis Dugan, of course, who works at the hospital, who decides to dress up in drag. He's some sort of transvestite and spies on the women, or spies on at least one of them, and then goes after her boyfriend with a butcher knife. I don't know. What the hell was that all about? I don't know. Dennis Dugan, by the way, he actually is gay in real life, I believe. I think he is. I think he's involved with Adam Sandler in terms of he's a producer for him or something like that. He was also in a movie I reviewed, about a year ago called Norman, Is That You? He played a gay guy in that movie too. Anyway, this was produced by Roger Corman, and it's just a typical entry in the nurse series here. Again, they kind of mix drama and try to throw some real life issues along with a lot of boobs. This movie does have a fair amount of nudity in it. It probably had the most nudity of the first 3 that I've seen so far. I think we even had a brief male nude scene in this movie as well, with a guy in the shower, the truck driver. So there you go. Alana Stewart played one of the nurses in this movie. She ended up marrying Rod Stewart and George Hamilton. In fact, I think she had a brief talk show with George Hamilton. It was called George and Alana or something like that. But anyway, it's a decent movie. You can get it on this DVD, The Nurses Collection. My thanks to my pal Mark down in Georgia, who sent this to me to review. Thank you. I'm really enjoying these movies. I think you can get this in a couple other compilations too. So check it out. It's called Night Call Nurses, and it's definitely worthy of review. It's fun. It's just kind of fun. So check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. Bye.